Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's its next move? We're going to find out in the charts here. Bitcoin has broken down out of the symmetrical triangle and has dumped all the way down to 17,600. Now it's turning around and it's up $500. Which way it's going to go? How I'm going to trade this? We're going to find out that and more in today's episode. So watch all the way to the end. And if you're interested in trading this, you can do so on Bybit and Femex and BTC Mex. Links are in the description below. Check that out. You could actually, there's a deposit bonus, a large amount of money that you could get just for trying out those exchanges. So check that out in the description. I'm here joined with Inti Campos.
Good morning, people. How are you today?
Oh man, it's been a wonderful last few days with the everyone has been very helpful. I mean, you guys have been helpful. You guys have been watching our videos, and we've gotten well over 20,000 views. What do you think about all the love that we're getting in the last few days?
I think we both feel flattered. I mean, it means a lot to us. The love you give us through the messages on the comments on YouTube, on the Ethereum channel. You know, some people do constructive criticism. They give advice to us, to improve the show, and we really appreciate it.
Exactly. I mean, it's been my channel's growing really fast, and I hope. I noticed that you guys are not are listening to me, and you guys are doing what you need to do in order to trade very well, and I'm really appreciative of that. And before we go on to the show and showing you a few more things for today, Inti's got a few words to say.
Yes. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market.
All right, well, this video, wow, look at it. It's growing exponentially. It's non-stop. Well over like 10, 20,000 views a day. Just crazy. If you haven't seen this video, you need to check it out because a lot of people are commenting on that. Remember, I also have backup channels, right? I have the backup channel, Spanish channel, German channel. So please subscribe to those channels. Links are going to be in the description below. Alrighty, I'm seem to be missing a few tabs here. Now that I have those tabs up, okay, first off, I would like to thank D King for her beautiful comment, right? She says here, honestly, Da Vinci, you are one of the few people who are honest and genuine and selfless, and you actually care about people watching your videos. Thank you for always being transparent and caring. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But I'm not always, caring, right? Because, like, if you take a look at this tweet here, it didn't age well. Because this comment didn't age well in 7 years. 7 years later, I'm wearing an I Told You t-shirt. Yeah, so not always the case, right? But anyways, this was a comment, right? It has like a double-edged sword, right? I mean, I told this guy hey, you know what? I'm very sorry that I'm unable to explain Bitcoin to you in such a way that you will have confidence. You will have confidence in the system as I have. And I'm not sure how a one-time buy of $1 requires confidence, but however, whatever you do, please do not come back to me and tell me I should have listened to you. That doesn't make me feel good, and I'll never say I told you so. I didn't. I'm just wearing a shirt. Right? All right. My objective is to help people do well in the future. Since you will not spend $1 on bitcoins, I've failed on that task. Yeah, no, exactly. It's really sad. Really sad. All right. Another comment here from Shaz. Thank you. Yes, Da Vinci. I took the short. You opened. You opened the short and made 40% gains. Thanks a lot for your hard prediction. And all right, thank you. I'm glad. I'm really happy about that. That you guys are making money on these trades and watching this video. Thanks for the trade. Made $1,400 out of 800. Would you leave a part of it open? And yes, I am keeping my trades open. We were talking about that shortly. Okay, alrighty. So thank you for your comments, guys. I really appreciate it. And remember, if you have Bitcoins, you need to own a Ledger Nano X in order to protect it from, your hot wallets, right? Your hot wallets, your hot wallets can be hacked, right? Basically, your computer, your phone, all that can be hacked remotely. So put your Bitcoins on a hardware wallet. Excuse me. Oh, okay. All right. So with that said, Tone Bays, man, I feel for this guy, right? Um, whenever you do the speak the truth, right? You're gonna get banned here, right? You have to understand what time it is, right? You need to understand what time it is. It's like going back in time and telling people, watching people tell Germans tell other people, hey, you know what? I think Hitler might be killing the Jews and not expect to disappear. Okay, I mean, come on, right? So that's where we're at right now. You tell the truth, you're gone, right? At least you're not dead, but you're not going to be on in YouTube space for very much longer. So it's unfortunate, right, that this is the way the world is. But don't worry, Bitcoin will fix it.
Yeah.
It will.
And speaking about that, you guys on the stream are probably the only ones who are going to hear that part of the show.
All right, let's get on to the Ether trades, right, and find out what's going on with Ethereum. Wow. We've broken out, and yet we're now pumping, and don't worry about it. Do you really think that this is the end? Do you really think that's... No. These are dip buyers, right? We're buying the dips from the dips, but only to get dipped on, further dipped on. So they're gonna be the ones that ever see the meme, right? Oh, I'm buying the dips, but it just keeps on dipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be suffering that for quite some time. Now, let's take a look at. Let's go to a daily chart before we go on. Continue on this 4-hour chart. There we go, and there we go. So, oh, look at that. Oh man, don't tell me, no, man. Come on, man. Yeah. So we could actually end up coming all the way back up here. Oh man. Wow. Because look at this. Do you see what I'm seeing here? You see this trend line here?
Yes.
You see what it did?
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Bouncing right off it.
Oh
You
man.
think it's making an ascending wedge?
So that means we could end up bouncing within here before we go higher. Oh wow. So, what we can that removes all of my TA plan for today. Actually, looking at this, yeah. Okay. Well, that's that. All right. So we're below the 13 MA on the daily. We haven't closed below. We did close below it, right? But every time we do close, it just seems to be like pumps right back over it. So let's just see what happens as we close today's price action. I really think we're gonna probably see some up and down action before we get to conclusion. Whether we break down through here or actually come back up to the top here, we're gonna see that a lot of volatility here for before we actually see a directional move. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at what that direction might be. I think let's go to the 4-hour first. The 4-hour has moved back into the Bollinger Bands because it was just too overextended, which is normal for it to do when it's overextended. It's probably going to, if we're going to break down a little bit further, it's going to probably not go to the 13 EMA and then break down. We could touch a 200 period average between now and the next day on the 4-hour charts. So I really think we'll have to Like, look at the 200-day moving average. At least look at it one time, examine it, and then go up before we see an upward movement. I think this is a fake out, and yes, it's moving powerfully. It's continuing up. Let's just take a look at it at the shorter time frames. Yeah, wow. There's another trend line. Look at that. There's another trend line we crossed, and oh my goodness. Yeah, so there it is. We're pumping from here, and we're probably gonna don't you know what? Let's just say you want to clear your shorts. It's probably not a good idea. Like it's like buying the market as it's pumped. When a market has pumped, this is a good idea to buy that, to chase it.
No, you never chase markets.
Exactly.
You let them come to you.
So if you're in a short, does it make sense to you to clear your shorts by chasing this, going, oh my god, sell? I mean, yeah, buy. No, it doesn't make any sense. So don't worry, the market will roll over, just a matter of where, right? And then come back and retest this area before we actually go higher. So if you want, you can clear your shorts down here, wherever it goes to. It's probably gonna do something hives in order to get rid of all the high leverage shorts, right? And then you just hit the 61.8, 78.6, and probably that's what it's gonna do. Right, and that's where we basically, we hit our exit button on the shorts, or we hit the what's it called, increase the stop losses on the shorts. So just so you know. Okay. Alrighty. So if you want to trade that, and now as for the target, right? I would say that you'd have to wait. If you want to join the short, you can, but a little bit higher, right? I would say let's just see where we could. Let me just see where you can join a short, actually. Right. Let's see here. Is there a nice W here? Yes, there is. I mean, M. Sorry, M. Yes, there is. Right here. Do you think so? That was a good M.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's valid.
Okay, so
at least 61.8.
Exactly. You can see
at
where
the very least.
You can see where you can hit the short here, right? You can hammer it. And they could come up to this level right here, right? Just because it's being nasty. All right. And once you hit the short, and if you want to hit the short, I would suggest you do so at Bybit, right? You could do so by typing in bybit.davincij15.com, right? And you could actually increase your the amount of money, the bonuses you're gonna get by typing in win $500 into their bonus section, and then they will give you $500 more bonus on top of that. And even if you've already used my links, you can also do that as well. All right, and also Femex is giving away lots of bonuses, so if you're interested in trading on Femex, it's also a good platform that you should try out as well. BTC Mex has a good platform that you can try with a bunch of bonuses for depositing into their exchange as well, so check them out too. Okay, let's go over to Bitcoin. It's pretty much the same story, right? I mean, you see here that it's bounced off of key levels, right? Levels that I've had on my chart for a long time, and unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know if I should have. I wanted to. I was thinking, should I clear, or should I clear? But you know what? I didn't see my charts. As if I had would I have cleared them? Yes, I would have. If I'd seen this chart earlier this morning, but because I was sleeping, I did not see it, I would have cleared my shorts. I'd have to be honest. I would have cleared my shorts. Now, let's take a look at the daily. Again, the daily is pretty much the same. You can see clear M. Absolute clear M. Do you see it?
Perfect.
Look at that. Right
up, down, up.
Market
boom,
structure.
Break.
Now, let's just take the Fib tools. And you can see, let's just zoom in. The 61.8 is at 18.8. So yeah, you could Imagine, imagine if Bitcoin comes all the way back up here, and it's possible. Most likely, I think it's just going to battle the 38.2. I think it won't count this M. It'll probably we could find some other M at a lower time frame that is going to it's going to bring us give us a better position if you want to short this thing. I would say 38.2 is the most likely target, and then we'll see from there. I would yeah. So the 38.2 is the $18,407 mark. Let's just see. I want to go down to a smaller time frame to figure stuff out. Oof, I need some water, man. I'm dying of thirst. Well,
do I get you some?
yes, if you don't mind. Thank you, please. Alrighty. So, as you can see, right, there's a lot of pressure here to go down, right? These are actually what's it called? Three musketeers, and when they tend to happen, not all the time, that means that the market has a little bit more power to go down. So it's positive for you. Basically, it's positive if you have a short, right? So that's the case. Now let's take a look for another M pattern on here, and I don't see. I mean, this one right here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to an hourly. Right. And let's see here. Is there a short on the hourly? Okay, is there an M here on the hour? Thank you, Inti.
No problem.
You're a scholar and a gentleman. Alrighty. Look at that, man. Look at that bounce right off of this. Like these lines, man, that I've had drawn for a while. Like, wow. Unbelievable. Right? Every time it shocks me how, the market repeats over and over and over again, right? I draw some sort of support line, right? And it just like comes to it like crazy. I mean, it breaks through it, and then it comes back to it to support itself. Well, at first it's the resistance, and then it becomes support, and then it's just incredible stuff, man. You definitely need to learn this stuff. It's very important. You can see how the three musketeers played out here, right, on the hourly. Right, we went sideways and then dumped, and this was the final dump. Usually the three musketeers indicate one last dump, though. Not guaranteed, right? It's not absolute, right? So I have to always take that into consideration. We're going above the 13 EMA on the hourly. I would say this M here kind of works. So the 61.8 is 18,460 here, which happens to be close enough to 38.2. So look around that area to see if we have trouble breaking through that area, the 18.4, that's a good sign to say, okay, yeah, it's going to roll over. Maybe you want to, wherever it starts to roll over, maybe you want to clear your shorts if you have some, and if you want to add, this location here. This location is probably a good area, and you can see that I have a green line here. This is probably going to be a little bit of resistance, but the main resistance will probably be at, look at that, the 18,800, which was what we saw in the on the daily. So a little scary. All right, so I want to go down to a even shorter time frame, to the 5 minute, right? See what we see there. W's abound, right? Once we change directions, right, you could start, trade that by using the market structure. Let me just zoom in, because I'm sure you're like, what? I can't see that. I can't see that. Okay, let me just, there you go. Let's see here. How am I, whoops, zooming in here. Zoom. What a mess, Da Vinci. What a mess. I know, exactly. Thank you. But look how important these lines were. Right, so leave me alone. Right, you can see, you can see how
the best
important.
worked.
Exactly. All right. So you can see, right. If I was day trading this, you can see what I saw, that W bounced off the support a couple of times, so that meant we were going higher. So it would have been an easier trade to go and buy down here and then watch it fly. And you can see, right, there's a little bit of hesitant as it tried to move higher. So, these lines were very important as well. It was here as well as it bounced off of them and kept trying to go back higher, and it failed. So, yeah, I wonder if I have another one down here. Yeah, there you go. I mean, come on, man. And these were, like, drawn only on the 5 minutes. So, yeah, it's clear what these things mean. So, there you go. Now, if we bounce off this line here, you can see that we're going to go higher and probably head to the 400 level. So, yeah, I mean, you could, once you learn how to trade and you see the market structure, you see the line, you know how to do support and resistance lines, everything just comes together really, really, really nicely for you. Right? So, yeah. I like trading the short-term time frames, and in fact, I wanted to trade the short-term time frames with you, Inti, one time in a contest. We're gonna have to set that up. We're gonna have to plan a day next week that we're going to do that on one of these exchanges, and we're gonna do like a 4-hour show, right? It's gonna be lots of fun, right? We got to prepare for that and make sure that we're not in a sick state, because I hopefully won't feel as sick as I am right now. Anyways, at least I'm not as sick as Chris and Ivan on Tech. Hopefully those guys get better. And yeah, that's the end of today's show. Inti, we're going to be doing some question and answers, right?
Yes, it's going to be very short. Because you don't feel very good, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my throat's a little sore. All right, well, remember, Bitcoin's here to stay. Bitcoin's real. It's here to stay. Be a part of it. Cheers.
Bye.